So good evening to everyone. Today we shall discuss 3D. Okay. So in 3D we have three coordinate axes. That is your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. And the plane containing x-axis and y-axis is called xy plane. The plane containing y-axis and z-axis is called yz plane. And the plane containing x-axis and z-axis is called xz plane. Okay. So you write in 3D we have three coordinate axes. We have three coordinate axes. They are x-axis, y-axis and a z-axis. Okay. Did you write the plane containing x-axis and y-axis is called xy plane. Is called xy plane. Okay. Similarly, the plane containing y-axis and z-axis is called yz plane. The plane containing y-axis and z-axis is called yz plane. Is called yz plane. So am I audible to everyone? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The plane containing x-axis and z-axis. The plane containing x-axis and z-axis is called xz plane. Okay, or you can say zx plane. Is called xz plane. Okay. So thus there are three coordinate planes. Okay. And what is the angle between x-axis and y-axis? That is 90 degree. Angle between y-axis and z-axis is also 90 degree. And angle between x-axis and z-axis is also 90 degree. So have you taken all these things? Hello, my dear students?
No, sir.
Okay, please take it. Then after this, I will draw the figure.
Critical side.
Yes, this one is the plane containing x-axis and z-axis is xz plane. So by mistake I have written xy plane. Please make it correct. This is the xz plane. Okay. Yes.
ହେଇଗଲା ସାର୍ ନା ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ରୁହ
So should I about this? Hello, my dear students. Hello.
No sir, 2 minutes.
Have you taken not taken?
ରୁହନ୍ତୁ
Yes.
ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ରୁହନ୍ତୁ
Okay, okay. You be quick. I think you join in late.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ହେଇଗଲା
Okay, very good. So let us draw the figure. You see, in two-dimensional geometry, that is in 2D. So I have already told you. So two coordinate axes divide the plane into 4 regions, and each region is called a quadrant. Suppose you see this is a plane. Suppose I will say this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. Okay, this is your x-axis. Don't draw this figure, just listen me. This you have already studied in 3D. sorry 2D. So now you see this divide the plane into 4 regions. This is one region, this is another region, this is another region. So 4 quadrants are formed. Okay, so when 2 coordinate axes meet each other, that divide a plane, that divides a plane. You see this is your x-axis, this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So that divide the plane into 4 regions. Each region is called a quadrant. Similarly in 3D, there are 3 coordinate planes, that is xy plane, yz plane and xz plane. Okay. So when the 3 coordinate planes meet each other, then how many regions are formed? Anybody? Hello? In 3D we have 3 coordinate planes. Understood? So when 3 coordinate planes, that is your xy plane, yz plane and xz plane meet each other, how many regions are formed? 8 regions. And each region is called an octant. You see, this is the practical idea. For giving practical idea, I have made this model. So you see, let us think this is your x-axis. Okay, this side x suppose negative, this side x positive. Similarly, suppose this side y positive and this side y negative. Z, this one positive and downward is negative. Okay, so the plane containing x-axis and y-axis, practically you see, this is x-axis. Also here x-axis, this is y-axis here also. So this horizontal plane which I am holding now, this is called xy plane. Okay, and similarly you see, this one is your y-axis, sorry x-axis, this is z-axis. Understood? This one is which axis? X-axis. This is z-axis. So here x-axis, here also x-axis, z-axis is here also below this. So this plane is called xz plane. This plane is called xz plane, which I am holding. Look at this. This vertical plane is called xz plane. Okay, this horizontal plane is xy plane because it contains x-axis, y-axis. Similarly, the plane containing y-axis, z-axis. This is your y-axis and this is your z-axis. So this plane is yz plane. Okay, which I am holding. This vertical plane is yz plane. You see here there are 3 coordinate planes. This is one plane, xy plane. So now this is your xz plane and this is your yz plane. So when 3 coordinate planes meet together, 8 regions are formed. Okay, how many regions? 8 regions. You see this one region, this is another region, this is another region, this is another, and below this also 4 regions. So each region is called an octant. So here there are 4 octants are there. Okay, so when 3 coordinate planes meet each other, that 8 octants are formed. Okay, but in 2D in a plane, when 2 coordinate axes meet each other, 4 quadrants are formed. Okay, so this you take practical idea how 8 octants are formed, because sometimes students confuse how it is 8 octants. Whenever I asked the students when I started 3D, so some students told that 6 octants, some told that 12 octants, but you take the practical ideas, so really it is 8 octants. Okay, everyone clear? And you see the angle between x-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Angle between x-axis, y-axis is 90 degree, and this is x-axis, this is z-axis. Angle between x-axis, z-axis is 90. Take idea. And this is your y-axis, this is your z-axis. So angle between x-axis and z-axis is what? 90 degree. Everyone clear? This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Angle between x and y-axis is 90. This is which axis? Y-axis. This is z-axis. So angle between y-axis and z-axis is 90. This is x-axis, this is z-axis. So angle between x-axis and z-axis is 90 degree. Okay. So that let us draw in the figure what I have told with the help of this model. So let us draw the figure. Okay. Let us draw the figure. So suppose I will say this is your positive x-axis, okay, and this side is negative x-axis, okay. This is the negative x-axis, x dash I have denoted, and suppose this side is positive y-axis, this side is negative y, okay, and z, suppose this above one is positive, okay, and this downward is negative, okay. So this is z and this is z dash, okay. Understood? So here three coordinate axes meet each other at this point. So let me say this is O. So now O is the origin. O is the origin. So origin means its coordinate is 0, 0 because here three coordinates will come because we are discussing 3D. Okay, in 2D we have two coordinate x coordinate, y coordinate, but here we have three coordinate, that is x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. Okay, so let us take this figure. Everybody clear, not clear? Hello?
Yes,
So
sir.
the plane containing you see the angle between x axis and y axis is 90. Okay, you see this is your y axis, this is your x axis. It is not practically not like this. Look here, x axis is like this. Okay, so the angle between this x axis and y axis is 90. Practical take idea. Angle between x z is 90. Angle between y z 90. It is clearly visualized. Okay, but this x, since it is 3D, so I will not hold like this. So this I have kept like this. Okay, so practical take the idea. Sometimes suppose you might have confused that angle between x and y is not 90, it is 120, but practically it is not like that. I have shown this model. You see, this is your x axis, this is your y axis, this is your z axis. So you see here angle between this x, this y is 90. Practically take the idea from here. This is x, this is y, so this angle is 90. Clear, not clear? So it is not visualized here because practically it is like this. Then I have kept like this here, because it is 3D. So you please take it. Okay, and x0, 0 is a point on a x axis. x0, 0 is a point on x axis. Okay, in x axis you have only x coordinate. In 2D you are writing x0 is a point on x axis because there are two coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinates. So on x axis y coordinate 0. So that has only x coordinate. Okay, similarly here on x axis it has only x coordinate, its y coordinate, z coordinate 0. Okay, similarly you can say 0 y 0 is a point on which axis? Is a point on y axis. Okay, next is 0 0 z is a point on which axis? Z axis. On z axis you have only z coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate 0. Everyone clear, not clear? Hello my dear students. Hello. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So x0 0 is a point on x axis, 0 y 0 is a point on y axis, and 0 0 z is a point on z axis. Okay. So now you are clear about this. The next point to write. When three coordinate planes meet each other, how many octants are formed? 8 octants. How the octants you see? One octant is x, y, z. This one is one octant. Suppose this is your first octant. Okay. Listen me mindfully. Here x positive, y positive, z positive. So sign is plus, plus, plus.
Yes.
Okay. Then you may take x negative. Okay. So if you take x negative, it will be this way. This one, y this, z this. Okay. So this is your x dash, this is your y, and this is your z. So here the sign is what? X negative and y positive, z positive. You see this side x positive, so this side x negative, this side y positive, this side y negative, this z positive. Sorry, এটা ভুলে গেলা, এটা को डॉटेड करना ना. This is positive here. I am sorry. So please take it. This z is positive, so dotted color करा. So this is negative. You have negative side that I have dotted. So this z is negative. Okay, please make it correct. This is full line. This is dotted. Okay, because here z coordinate is negative. So here I have drawn two octants. Similarly, you may take. You know, in 2D you see when four quadrants are formed, what is the sign of first quadrant? First quadrant plus plus. Second quadrant sign minus plus. Third minus minus. Fourth plus minus. So here in 3D, so extra coordinate you have got. So that is plus plus plus. Look here, one octant will be plus plus plus. So below that plus plus minus. Let us see. Suppose this x positive, this y positive, this z positive. So the sign of this octant plus plus plus. But below this, okay, z will be negative. So x positive, y positive, but z negative. So plus plus minus. Understood? So here I have done plus plus plus. Then you can write plus plus minus. Plus plus minus will what? X positive this one, this is positive, this is negative. Okay, so if we draw, suppose this one, and you see this and draw, plus plus minus. So plus means this one x positive, then y positive means this one, z will be negative means it will come like this. So suppose this is your y and this is your x, this is your z means z dash. So sign for this is what? Plus plus minus. Okay. Similarly, you see in 2D, in second quadrant sign is minus plus.
Yes.
Second quadrant sign is what? Minus plus. So in 3D you have what? Minus plus plus. Again minus
plus minus.
Those are the sign of the octants. Okay. So one octant sign will be minus plus plus. So minus plus plus means x negative, means like this. Plus means y positive, z positive. So that means you have to draw like this. Okay, this is your x dash, and this is your y, and this is your z. So now what is the sign for this? X negative, y positive, z positive. That is minus plus plus. But and below this octant, z coordinate is negative. You see, z axis below this is negative always. So the below this, the octant is what? Minus plus minus. Minus plus minus. You see, this is minus plus. Minus plus plus means x negative.
Yes.
Suppose I will say this x is negative. Okay, then this y is positive. This y is positive, and this z is positive. But below this, the sign z will be negative. But x y remains same. Understood? So below that, the octant sign will be what? Minus plus minus. So minus plus minus, minus is what? This. Plus is this. So minus plus minus is this. So that is you have to draw like this. You have to draw like this. Okay, this is x dash, minus, then plus means y is like this. Okay, then z is what? Negative. So z negative means it will come down. So this is your z dash. Okay. So the sign for this is what? Yes, minus, plus, minus. So here I have done 4 quadrants, 4 octants. Similarly, you can draw. You see, this is minus minus. So you will draw another octant minus minus plus. Having seen this, then minus minus minus. Okay, so minus minus plus means this one is minus x. So minus minus y minus is what? Like this. Then plus means z positive like this. So you should draw this one, then this one. Okay, that will be minus minus plus. Then minus minus minus. So this x negative, y negative, z negative. You have to draw like this x, like this y, like this z. Okay, then last one plus minus. Plus below that plus minus minus. Because z ta tolo jeta rahebo z coordinate negative ase. Okay. So then plus minus plus. Yes, this is plus. Then this is what? Minus. Then this is positive. Understood? Then below that the sign of the octant is what? Plus minus minus. Plus minus minus. So like that you can draw all the 8 octants. Here I have shown 4 octants. So that 4 octants you can draw. Everybody clear? Not clear? How to draw the 8 octants? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Practically you see, these are the octant. This is one octant, this is another octant, and this side is another octant which is not visible to you. This side is another octant, 4 octants, and below this 4 octants. Okay, so below this octant is here. Okay, similarly you see above 4 octants, below that also 4 octants. So 4 plus 4, 8 octants. Okay, and if you discuss the sign of the octants, you will consider like this. Okay, you recall the sign of 2D. So sign of 2D first quadrant is plus plus. So in 3D you have 3 coordinates, that is 4 octants. So plus plus plus, then plus plus minus. And here minus plus plus, below that minus plus minus. Similarly, next octant is minus minus plus, below that minus minus minus. So next octant sign is plus minus plus, then plus minus. So like that 8 octants are formed. Okay. Anyway, you are clear about this. So take this figure. So should I about this? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now rubbing this. Rubbing this. So then you write after this. Point wise you write. Number 1 point you write. Suppose somebody will ask you what is the equation of x axis. Okay. So the equation of x axis is, you see, in x-axis y coordinate and z coordinate is 0 because x0 0 is a point on x-axis. So the equation of x-axis is y is equal to 0, comma z is equal to 0. Okay, y is equal to 0, comma z is equal to 0. Then number 2 write equation of y-axis. You see on y-axis there is only y coordinate, so it's x coordinate, z coordinate 0. So equation of y-axis is what? Yes. Hello students. What is the equation of y-axis?
x0 and z0.
Yes, you write x is equal to 0, comma z is equal to 0. Then number 3, equation of z-axis is what? Equation of z-axis is, so on z-axis there is only z coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate 0. So x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So this means you remember, suppose for short questions you may ask you, okay, what is the equation of z-axis? So x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Okay. So then you write equation of xy plane. You see, I have already told you the plane containing x-axis and y-axis is called xy plane. Okay, and on xy plane it has only x coordinate, y coordinate. Its z coordinate is 0. Understood? Z coordinate is 0. So how to find a coordinate point in 2D? Suppose this is a point. So how to find the coordinate of this point? You draw perpendicular from this on x-axis, isn't it? Draw perpendicular from this on x-axis and draw perpendicular from this on y-axis. Suppose this is m and this is n. So then distance from origin to this is called x coordinate, and this height is called y coordinate, or from here to here this is y. Okay, so coordinate of this point is xy. Understood? Similarly in 3D, you see how to find the coordinate of point. Suppose I will tell a point is here. So you draw perpendicular from this point. Okay, let me say this is the suppose this is the point. Okay, everybody listen me mindfully. Is it visible to everyone? Hello, my dear students.
Yes, sir.
So suppose this is the point. So how to find the coordinate of this point? What will do? You draw perpendicular from this on this plane. Okay, then put the perpendicular this. Put the perpendicular this. Okay, so then from this point draw perpendicular to x-axis. This is x-axis. So distance from origin this is called x coordinate. From this you draw perpendicular to y-axis. Distance from origin to this is called y coordinate. Okay, and this height will give the z coordinate. Or you can say draw perpendicular from this to z-axis. You see it is produced here. Z-axis is pen take lamba base you are confusing. Let us make it small. Okay, suppose this is the z coordinate. Then from here you draw perpendicular z-axis. Or you can say this height is z coordinate. Okay, so now you see the foot of the perpendicular, that is on which plane? This is x-axis, this is y-axis. It is on xy plane. It is on so this height becomes 0 here. That foot of the perpendicular. Up to this is the height, that is the z coordinate. Okay, suppose the point is here, z coordinate is this total height. Suppose the point is here, z coordinate decreasing. Here decreasing, again here decreasing. And when it is on the foot, that z coordinate is 0. So the coordinate of this point is what? Foot of the perpendicular, that is x comma y comma 0. It has only x coordinate, y coordinate. Z coordinate is 0. So this is on which plane? XY plane. So this is x axis, this is y axis. So on XY plane, you have only x coordinate, y coordinate. Its z coordinate is 0. So you write x comma y comma 0 is a point on xy plane. X comma y comma 0 is a point on xy plane. Is a point on xy plane. Okay. So these are the points you write. Similarly, on yz plane, you have only y coordinate and z coordinate. Its x coordinate is 0. Understood? So you can write 0 comma y comma z is a point on which plane? Is a point on which plane? YZ plane.
YZ plane.
And on xz plane, you have x coordinate and z coordinate. So this is a point on which plane? Yes.
XZ plane.
Okay. So x comma y comma 0 is a point on xy plane. 0 comma y comma z is a point on yz plane. X comma 0 comma z is a point on xz plane. Okay. So suppose I will ask you the equation of x-axis. Okay, these are you say formula. This is your formula 1. This is 2. This is 3. Number 4 you write. Suppose somebody will ask you what is the equation of xy plane. So equation of xy plane is what? Anybody? Hello. You see on xy plane z coordinate is 0. It has x coordinate y. So z is equal to 0. So if the equation is z is equal to 0 and in 3D. So So that means it is xy plane. Okay. Similarly, equation of yz plane is what? Hello, my dear students. What is the
X
equation of
equals
yz
to
plane?
0.
X is equal to 0. Okay. And the equation of xz plane is what? Okay.
Y equals to 0.
Y is equal to 0.
Okay,
So
बच्चा
this you
लगे।
must remember. Okay. Everybody clear? Not clear? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So should I know about this? My dear students. Should I know about this?
No, sir, ticket.
Okay, so big quiz. So far we have discussed up to formula 6. So next we shall discuss formula 7. Okay. So now rubbing this, then number 7 you write. Number 7. When three coordinate planes means that is your xy plane, yz plane and xz plane. Okay, three coordinate planes meet each other. Okay, they divide the space into 8 regions. They divide the space into 8 regions. How many regions? 8 regions. They divide the space into 8 regions. Okay. Everybody clear? Not clear? Hello, my dear students. Hello.
Yes,
This is
sir.
number 3 equation of z-axis is this one. Number 4 equation of xy plane is this you have written. Xy plane is what? Z is equal to 0. And number 5 equation of yz plane is x is equal to 0. And number 6 equation of xz plane is y is equal to 0. This is number 7. Okay. Now when three coordinate planes meet each other, so this side over. Should I know about this? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you listen me mindfully. When three coordinate planes meet each other, they divide the space into 8 regions. So 8 octants are formed. Sometimes questions may be asked, when three coordinate planes meet each other, how many octants are formed? So you will write 8 octants are formed. Okay. In 2D, when two coordinate axes meet each other, how many quadrants are formed? 4 quadrants. They divide the plane into 4 regions. Each region is called quadrant. Okay. Then number 8 formula you write. First bit you write. Any plane parallel to xy plane, any plane parallel to xy plane has the equation z is equal to constant. Okay. So you write any plane parallel to xy plane has the equation z is equal to constant means that is z coordinate is constant. You know in 2D, suppose any line parallel to x-axis is given by what? Y is equal to constant means their y coordinate is constant. So if you take any point on that line, y coordinate is always constant, means same. Okay. Similarly here, if any plane parallel to xy plane has the equal z equal constant means so on that plane z coordinate is always constant. Let us see practical idea you take. Suppose you see this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. So plane containing x, y, this is the xy plane. Okay. Suppose now I will say that let me say this plane, this is parallel to this plane is parallel to xy plane. Okay. So now if you take any point on this, if you take, listen me mindfully. So if you take any point on this, let's suppose here you will take a point. Okay. Then what is the coordinate of this point? You will have 3 coordinates, x coordinate, y coordinate. If you draw perpendicular, then from the foot of the perpendicular you have to draw perpendicular to x-axis. You will get the x coordinate from origin to that point, and then from the foot of the perpendicular you have to draw perpendicular to y-axis. So you will get the y coordinate. Okay, but z coordinate is this height, and similarly here you will take a point here. You see x coordinate, y coordinate differ, but height is same. So z coordinate is constant. So if you take a point here, z coordinate is, suppose let me say z coordinate is 5. Here also z coordinate 5. Here also z coordinate 5. So everywhere on this plane z coordinate is always constant. So any plane parallel to xy plane has the equation z is equal to constant. That you remember, here xy plane, the other one is what? Z. So z is equal to constant. Similarly, any plane parallel to yz plane has the equation x is equal to constant.
X equals to
then
constant.
second bit you write any plane parallel to any plane parallel to yz plane, any plane parallel to yz plane has the equation z is equal to y, x is equal to constant. Okay, x is equal to constant. Any plane parallel to this is yz plane has the equation x is equal to constant. Then you write third bit, any plane parallel to okay xz plane has the equation what, z is equal to y is equal to constant. Okay, so by technique you remember here parallel to xy, so we have three coordinate x, y, z. Here no z, so z is constant. Here y, z is there, so by technically remember it will be x is equal to constant. And practically by this model you take the idea. Suppose yz plane is, this is your y axis, this is your z axis, this is yz plane. Okay, suppose I will say this plane is parallel to yz plane. Okay, this plane is parallel to yz plane. So now if you take any point on this, its x coordinate is always constant. X coordinate is always constant because you see, suppose I will take a point here. So if you draw perpendicular here, then x coordinate from origin to this. If you take a point here, okay, if you then this to the x axis. Okay, so x coordinate means from origin to this, so it is always constant. That way take the idea. Okay, but by technique you remember this. Okay, so this is one section. Thank you very much.